Welcome everyone to the Champion, a build that is even stronger than all my previous ones. Let's get right into it. Everything fits together from the skills, the sets, the skill lines. So let's get into it. Let's get into the good stuff already. Aetheric Spear, crowd's favorite, many like Aetheric Spear. Draconic Power, Storm Calling. Those three skill lines. Let me get into the skills. So Streak is going to be a big source of mobility. Also, it's an AoE stun, very powerful skill right there, and it's unblockable. Fiery Contingency. It's gonna give you major savagery, reduces damage taken, and flame damage as well. So very good skill as well. Disintegrating Dragonfire. This is your source of major reach. Also, you can spam a little bit and also gets the damage over time and burning status effects. So very good skill now, especially after the decay buffs. Biting Jabs. This is gonna be your spammable. It goes so well with this setup. Because I've been maximizing this passive right here. This build as a concept, an idea to maximize here. So increases your damage done with area and overtime attacks by 7. So all the skill lines and all the passives make sense as a whole on the setup. We also have Quick Look, so all our AoE, as you can see. Streak is AoE, Fiery Contingency is AoE, Disintegrating Dragonfire AoE, Biting Jabs AoE, Quick Look AoE, and Take Flight AoE. Also big damage enabler, because for 15 seconds, you're gonna have 10% more damage after the Take Flight as well. Quick Look is gonna activate your enchantments, it's gonna give you major evasion, major expedition, and also physical damage on a pulse, increased by the passive that I showed you earlier as well. Walled in Ruin is gonna benefit all our abilities and Hurricane as well on the back part. Also, Hurricane, AoE damage, ticking all the time and being sustained by Crit Surge, our source of major brutality there, and also healing every tick. So Crit Surge is gonna go very well with Hurricane, with Quick Look, Biting Jabs, Disintegrating Dragonfire. Basically, all our sources of damage is gonna tick Crit Surge. So I've been having a ball playing this setup, and I vividly recommend it to give it a shot. They all go really well. We also have very strong passives here. Look at this one, Piercing Spear, increase your critical damage by 12. And damage done by blocking players. So good. Minor Berserk, minor protection from spell wall. Burning Light always taken as well. Balanced Warrior, increase your weapon damage and spell damage armor. I made some choices on the gear that actually go well with Balanced Warrior as well to take even more from Balanced Warrior. So all the ideas on the skills and the ideas on the sets are made taking into account our passives as well here. In both the Storm Calling, the Draconic Power, and the Aetheric Spear, which in my opinion are some of the strongest skill lines in the game. So also we are going to be running Resolving Vigor there for the healing, so the heal over time, and also Minor Resolve Source. Blood of the Elder Dragon is going to give you even more weapon damage, and it's going to be your burst heal. The lower your HP is, the better the burst heal. Footstep Wings, such a good skill, this one. It's an AoE stun, so you can use this one on groups, and also it's going to give you immunity to snares and immobilizations, and also grant you another source of major expedition. This build is just filled with mobility. It's unstoppable in mobility. Hurricane as well, minor expedition, which stacks on top of major expedition. Also, a lot of damage going on as it goes in the skill. And Crit Surge, source of major brutality, and also getting you a heal every second. Temporal Guard is gonna stay there for the source of minor protection. That's right. As for the consumables, Tri-Stat Pots there, and Orzogas is gonna be the food there, because we need some sustain on this bad boy, because we are an orc with the warrior mundos. As for the HP, we are going to be running 19 health points into health and 45 points into stamina. So there are many great stats. I'm going to buff it up a little bit here. so that you guys can see some of the buffed stats. Look at those resistances. Look at critical resistance can go up to almost 5k. Weapon damage 6,600. Just from pressing some buffs. Look at where the stats go. It's really insane. Everything from penetration to critical to weapon damage, all checks from spell resistance, critical resistance. Everything is taken care of on this setup. The sustain, the damage, the healing, the mobility, absolutely insane. So now let's get also into the Moonstone. I gotta mention the warrior is very good. It's gonna stack really well on this setup, and I'm gonna show you why, because we are gonna be running as well the marking ring here. The marking ring makes perfect sense on this setup. Why is that? Because of all the armor going. This passive right here, Balanced Warrior, increases your weapon damage, spell damage, and armor by 6%. So marking is just perfect for this setup. Plus, you already get some of the passives from Templar Aether XP, so you don't need Monomyth. You can use Monomyth, but I think marking is stronger for this specific setup. So Monomyth as our mythic. I'm gonna be using Nibene as my monster set. I really like Nibene. There's so many DKs around, and when they leap you, you're gonna get a beefy shield. Not only that, when Nibene is not active, you're gonna reduce your damage taken by 5. Plus you have that crit resistance on the piece, one piece bonus. So very good monster set for this setup. On the front part, you're gonna be running Rallying Cry for both damage from that crit chance, and also getting a little bit more maximum magic, which is important for sustain, and also like more 300 weapon damage and crit resistance on the back, on the front part there. It's gonna be up all the time, and just so much damage going on. So Rallying Cry on the front bar, monster set Nibene, mythic marking, and the back bar is gonna be Wretched Vitality. Wretched Vitality as your source of sustain, and also a little bit of weapon damage. So let me go over the sets, the armor weight. It's 5 medium, 1 light on the sash, and 1 heavy on the chest for maximum resistances there, and 5 medium for higher weapon damage and mobility, 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy, and then 6 impen and 1 reinforced. They are all tri-stat, by the way, very important to mention. So as for our jewelry, it's gonna be weapon damage with stamina recovery, and also protective on the trait. I find that to be the best value for this setup. On the front part, we are gonna be using shock damage there, with Nurn on the main, and 2 maces, very important. 2 maces, Rallying Cry, because you need a source of penetration, so you're gonna have shock damage there on the Nurn mace, and disease damage on the side, on sharpened. They're both, this one is sharpened, this one is Nurn, they're both maces, and this one has disease, the other one has shock. On the back bar, I have weapon damage with defending on the sword, and reinforced with tri-stat over there. So these sets and these passives are just gonna enable a lot of damage, and the sets as well give you a lot of survival and sustain that is needed to keep this bad boy going, right? Because then you need to keep all this offense going on, because realize that almost all our skills are aggressive, right? So and we are an orc rocking the warrior, so we need some defense and sustain as well to keep up with all this badassery going. Let me also show you quickly my CP points. Untamed Aggression, Mastered Arms, Ironclad, Resilience. I really love those on the blue. Sustained by Suffering, Pain's Refuge, 45, there you go, taking more advantage from the passive on Aether Spear from the Templar, and Celerity. On the green tree, I have Steed's Blessing, Sustaining Shadows, Gifted Rider, Master Gatherer. The green tree doesn't really matter that much for combat, but it's there. So, you want to try this one out. You basically, for the rotation, ideally, I mean, when you're gonna jump in, you want to queue a fighting contingency, and you can streak in the middle of the group already and bring them bring them Disintegrating Dragonfire, and then finish them off with Battering Jabs. So, it's quite a straightforward setup. You want to have everything up. You want to have Hurricane up, Crit Surge up, and Quick Look up. Those are the 3 buffs you will always have on. And during the combat, also pressing Vigor and Elder Dragon for your defense rotation as well. Footstep Wings, you want to use it when you are getting pressured, or you want to AoE stun a group as well. Shriek is such a good initiator as well, so you're gonna have so much AoE. So let me show you a quick combo here on these mobs. So then you have all, you go for the freaking jabs at the end. Like, Take Flight is gonna enable even more damage, but yeah. You wanna make sure that your opponent always have Disintegrating Dragonfire, so if you already stun your opponents and you are in the middle of the fight, the basic combo is Fiery Contingency, Disintegrating Dragonfire, and then carry on with Battering Jabs. While you have everything else up as well, obviously. Then you can also use Trick for escaping some fights. If you find yourself into tricky situations, you can run away with Streak. So, if this build has tremendous potential, if mastered, this is my strongest build to this date. So I vividly recommend you guys to check it out, give it a try. By the way, I also stream on Twitch, and they have a fantastic community called the Wolfpack. I invite you all to join us there as well. I stream Monday to Friday over there if you want to join in, and I also have daily giveaways going. Important to mention, but I can bring a little bit more fights here against these. But you can always catch up the gameplay on the live streams, because I show it raw. I show it pure there on live streams. I don't come up and gather a bunch of moments where it went well. I showcase everything live. I show this bad boy live. It's sustain, it's damage, it's survival. You can see it all on our Twitch. So, but I can show you some of the rotation. It's quite straightforward, really. You wanna queue your Fiery Contingency, go for the Disintegrating Dragonfire to apply major breach, and then you finish them off with Battering Jabs. If you do have a Take Flight, then even better. Even better then. Even stronger, because you can then Take Flight and finish them off with jabs. But think about it for a while now. Let us think for... Just see what this build is in line when it comes to its skills. Shriek, Disintegrating Dragonfire, Jabs, and Take Flight. A build that has all of that in one. That is so exciting. Hurricane. Oh man, Crit Surge. Like basically, it's like making a setup that has all my favorite skills going on. And all the passives going in line. With the initial idea, man. Also, Storm Calling enables so much damage here. Increases physical damage by 5, amplitude more 10%. So a lot of percentage modifiers like Take Flight, amplitude. Here on the Eldritch Spear, Balanced Warrior, 12% more critical damage from Piercing Spear. So it's a lot of damage, a lot of survival and sustain on the setup, a lot of pressure as well. You're gonna feel that's one thing that this build always has, is constant pressure with Disintegrating Dragonfire and Jabs and Quick Look and Hurricane. Your opponents just struggle to survive against this bad boy. Alright, if I forgot to mention something, please do ask me on the comment section, and leave a like and subscribe. And take it easy, everyone.